Another weekend and another group out enjoying the winter. This weekend was the annual ice fishing derby for the Portneuf unit of the American Fisheries Society. KPVI News that works for you reporter Paul Beam was out there where they tell him that even though the weather was a bit warmer than last year, they got a great turnout.
Shanties were all across the water near Sportsman Park as everyone was racing to catch the biggest trout and perch. But the event saw a large amount of new faces.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's been really exciting to see everybody come in, you know, everyone from the old timers that have been out here almost every day of the week to some people bringing their kids from, 2-hour drive away. So it was really cool to see how many people came in from around the region.
There were about 90 people in this year's derby, almost doubling the 45 they saw last year. But that didn't affect the quality of fish being brought in.
Our biggest trout is a little over 12 inches so far, but a lot of people are supposedly going to bring bigger trout in as it gets closer to the end of the event. The perch are closer to about 13¼ inch.
The winning trout ended up being 22 5/8 inches, with 13 1/8 inch perch winning that category. But even if you didn't win the $500 prize, it was a fun event to show that winter is still here, even if the holidays have passed.
Just because December 25th has passed us by, the 1st of January has passed us by, doesn't mean there's not a great opportunity to get out on this ice, do some outdoor recreation, and have some fun.
Well, I've always been a fan of fishing, especially with my family, and then meeting friends in the department has just made me want to be more active with these kinds of things.
Reporting from Aberdeen, I'm Paul Beam, KPVI News that works for you.
The proceeds go to helping students go to the American Fisheries Society Conference and bring in guest speakers for their events. But there were almost some issues. And taking a look at the footage from last year, the ice was thick and several inches of snow were on the ground. This winter has been a lot calmer than last year's, with many temperatures sitting just above freezing. And this has had some pros and cons for this year's event.
Phone calls about people being concerned about the ice. We were also very concerned, but we had people coming out here every weekend to check. And to our surprise, the ice stayed really deep.
We were able to use a parking lot a lot more, which was nice. But access is still certainly available, and it made it a little easier for us to run the event.
The ice was at 9 inches of thickness, with 4 inches being the minimum they needed.